Over the past 2 years, I've sold almost a dozen Instagram theme pages. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the full guide of buying and selling pages. If you have any questions, just leave them down below, or you can go book a free 30-minute call down below as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. To even buy and sell Instagram accounts, we must determine the value of these accounts. The best way to determine a price of a page is by using $100 per every 10,000 followers. Now, this can differ based off niche, engagement, if you have the OGE, which is the original email, but this is a good general number that we use for these accounts. Anyways, first, let's get into actually buying these accounts. With buying accounts, we usually have two ways we do it. Number one is we can DM the owner of the account, and number two is the official Instagram theme page in Discord. Now, I've used both of these methods, and I really can't say which one is better than another, but I'd say for beginners that are trying to get into this, that probably DMing people is easier, just because the process won't be as tedious as it is in there. So let's say you're DMing a random meme page, I guess. You want to appeal to the account owner before he even reads the text message. So for the first line, put "hey," and then put a little money emoji so he knows you're about business, I guess. And then you can say something like, "Hey, I really like your page and was wondering if you'd be interested in selling the page." So from here, there's two things they'll likely say: yes and no. If somebody says no, then just leave it be, but you can try to actually throw out an offer out there to see if they'll like it. But if they still say no, then just move on to the next page. No, if somebody says yes, this is where the negotiation begins. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the page as a whole, look at the followers, look at how much engagement they're getting per post, look at how often they're posted per day, and most importantly, what niche is the page in. And by using these four metrics, we can give an actual price to offer the account owner. Say for instance that we're trying to buy a page that has 15,000 followers in the meme niche, and let's say they post around 3 times a day and they get around 1,000 to 2,500 likes per post. Use the metric that I said earlier, $100 per every 10,000 followers. So this is around $150, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna offer him a little less than that. So I'll say something like, "Hey, would you be willing to take $110 or $115? This way, my price isn't totally throwing him off and driving negotiations down the drain, but I'm also not getting ripped off myself." And then he'll probably come back and say something like, "Hey, 110, 115 is a little too low for me. Can you do like 120, 125? And if you like that price, you can be like, "Yeah, I like 125. We can do the deal." But a good way to get great deals on price is by actually checking where the account owner is from. And what I mean by that is there's a little account setting where you can see the country of where he's from, and if he's from some third world country like India or Indonesia, then you can get a better deal than a person who lives in the United States. After you agreed on the price, now it's time to actually buy the account. So what we're gonna do is go to PayPal Goods and Services. If you don't know what PayPal Goods and Services is, it's basically a way to send money, and if something ever goes wrong, you can get your money back. Now, always send through Goods and Services and not friends and family, because once you send through friends and family, you can't get your money back. So you basically have no protection whatsoever. So what we're gonna do first is go ahead and make sure you take screenshots of all of this just in case he decides to scam you or whatnot. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and send the $125 that we agreed upon. After we send him this, then we can go and actually secure the login. So what he should do afterwards is send you the password and send you the OGE, which is the original email of the account. Why you really want the original email is so that you can never get locked out of the account. For instance, if somebody has the original email on your account, then they can potentially reset a couple codes and then log into your account. I will always recommend to buy accounts that have an OGE if possible, but if not, then just make sure you have on 2FA and be super secure. Anyways, what you want to do is get the original email and log into that email. From there, you can reset the phone number, the password, turn on two-factor authentication and whatnot. And yeah, that is probably the simplest way to actually buy an account. Now onto selling accounts. With selling account, you'll usually get offers after 10K. But in my opinion, the easiest way to sell an account is by joining the Instagram theme page Discord. The Discord is definitely the quickest way to sell an account because people are looking to buy and sell, and there's a full marketplace on there. I'll leave a link down in the description if you haven't joined already. Also, I buy and sell accounts myself, so if you ever want to get in contact, just DM me on IG at Justin Turvey. But anyways, selling an account is basically the same as buying, except you're the opposite person. So let's say somebody DMs you on a 20K quotes page, like Facebook and Twitter quotes, like the accounts that I ran. middleman, and they're like, hey, are you willing to sell this account? Let's say you're looking to sell it, so you can go ahead and say yeah. They might ask you, how much do you want to sell it for? Now, what I recommend in this situation is not overpricing it too much, but definitely give a price higher than you initially anticipate, so that when you're negotiating, you can hit your actual target price. So if you're trying to get $200, be like, hey, can you do 225? And then they'll be like, no, that's a little too high. And then you can negotiate from 225 to like 205 to maybe that 200 number that you're trying to hit on the dot. This is what I did with one of my subscribers, and he actually bought a 25k quotes page for only $130 from me. Let's say y'all agree on the 200, and now what you want to do is actually accept the payment. Now, if you're buying one-on-one, you can use PayPal goods and services. Once the money hits, then you can go ahead and send the account information. And also, if you're thinking about creating an Instagram theme page, make sure to create an original email that goes with the Instagram theme page account, just in case you ever decide to sell it in the future. I made this mistake, and for one of my pages, I didn't have the OGE, and that allowed me not to be able to sell the account. Now, if you're using the Instagram theme page Discord, then you'll have to create a ticket within the Discord. And don't worry, this is not a middleman scam. On the Instagram theme page Discord, they use cryptocurrency, so you'll have to download Coinbase to get your funds, or to send your funds. And basically what they do on there is the owner, Toasted Fish 1, is the middleman. And basically the owner of the account sends his account information first to Toasted Fish, then the buyer, he sends the funds over to Toasted Fish, and then he interchanges them. And then I believe Toasted Fish takes a small middleman fee depending on how big the sale of the account actually is. But honestly, don't be scared while buying an Instagram theme page. The one thing I will warn you against is people trying to scam you. And some good ways to know if they're trying to scam you is if they're trying to pay with cryptocurrency outside of the Instagram theme page Discord, or if they're trying to make you send through friends and family, because that's not what we want. But anyways, this should be a pretty short video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and peace out.